it is tough. But the one piece of advice I would give for anybody in a similar situation that are dealing with difficult relationships within their family, especially relationships with their parents. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is a long overdue video. I have been saying I'm gonna update you guys and let you guys know everything that was going on, but things kept going on and time kept passing. And I'm the type of person that, like, after a certain amount of time has passed in a situation, I don't really see the importance of talking about it or bringing it up because it's just so gone and irrelevant. But I mean, I feel like you guys need an update. I am sitting in my car. I just needed privacy when I was filming this. I needed space filming this video, and there is a lot going on in my house, so I decided to come to the car and talk to y'all and film this video and give y'all a little bit of update. So overall, the biggest update is that it has been 1 full year. It's so crazy to even say that, but 1 full year since I have spoken to my parents. And when you think about that, that is an extremely long time. Like, I cannot believe it's been a full year. The month we're in is July, and I moved out the end of February. So I'm just gonna hit on a little bit on why I made the decision to move out and how that all played out. So I moved out the end of February of 2022. Me and my sister initially first moved in together June of 2020. So we were living together May of 2020? Summer of 2020 when me and my sister initially moved in together. And we moved in because I was just graduating school, living on my own, and she was newly pregnant. And she wanted help with the baby. I love babies. I'm really good with babies. So us living together just seemed naturally fit. Now, I was advised against moving in with my sister for many reasons. Side note, me and my sister have the same mom, separate dads. I'm the type to pay early, and my sister's the type to not, and that does cause issues. So that was the only reason I was initially advised to not live with her, with money issues, but for the sake of what I was doing it for. And I needed to be on my own and learn. Like, I wasn't in a position to be paying for a place by myself. So I thought that was a good medium. And me and my sister also live completely different. I'm just a little bit more clean than she is. I can clean, I cook, I grocery shop, whereas she doesn't really like to cook or clean or like do those type of things. And so it's really hard living with somebody, especially somebody who has a baby, who doesn't like to do those things. So, you know, we meshed through it for a year. She had her baby that first year. We moved together, and then it did start to take a toll on me. So I felt as though I worked first shift, and my sister always worked second shift. So she would have the baby in the mornings, and then I would normally have the baby at night. That type of thing. And it's me having my nephew. I want to put this out there, it's never an issue. I love my nephew. He's the easiest baby to take care of. He could be with me every single day of his life if his mama would let him. But the issue with that is, like, I did and do have things to do, and I felt like I always was not doing things that I needed to do for the sake of her or the baby. So whether it was I had to watch him and leave somewhere early, or I couldn't do something because I had him, or anything involving him, and that's not the issue. It's just the lack of appreciation behind that. So when I do all of those things and then I'm told I don't do anything, and then, you know, people get an attitude, people don't contribute in your home, over a period of time that does get really hard to live with and be around. And me and my sister weren't always like super close. When my parents split up, like I said, we have 2 separate dads. So when my parents split up, I decided to live with my dad. Obviously, that's not my sister's dad. So she stayed with my mom, like all my other siblings. And it caused a huge divide within the siblings. I might have mentioned that in one of my other videos. I'm not sure. But that was the start of the divide within the siblings, is the fact that I did live with my dad and the rest of my siblings did stay with my mom. So me and my sister didn't have that close sisterly relationship that most sisters have, and my sister is a lot closer to my mom also. So I think over time living with her just felt like I was doing more than my half, A, and then not being appreciated for it, B. And that gets like extremely draining for a person. And me and my mom have a really on and off again relationship outside of my sister, just me and her relationship. And so, like, imagine you living with your sister and you're at odds with your mom, and your mom comes over and brings food for one kid and not the other kid. Like, we're grown, we're adults, and obviously I can feed myself. That's not the point, but it's principle. And things like that are what were starting to happen. Like, I would feel so slighted in my own home. She was always at the house, and like, that is my sister's mom. I can't tell her not to have her mom at the house and not, you know, have people over, especially when it's my mom. Like, how crazy does that sound? But also, where I was at in that relationship is that I needed to have her at a distance and be able to dictate how much time we spent together, and I'm not able to do that when I'm living with my sister. And also, like, bills and groceries, and it just became a lot on me, feeling like it was more one-sided than being split. And I just felt like I was doing more of my half for the place, and I still wasn't feeling like it was my place. So ultimately, that is what made me make the decision to move out on my own. Something that was going to come eventually, just probably did happen a lot sooner. I've been out February, March, so I've been moved out for 5 months. Damn, I've been moved out for 5 months, and for the first 2 months I didn't hear from my sister. I didn't hear from her. She didn't speak to me. I couldn't see the baby. And still with the baby, I went from seeing him every day for the first 2 years of his life, or first year of his life, to I've seen him maybe 3 times in 5 months. You know what I mean? And that bothers me. That truly, truly bothers me. I've texted my sister. Sometimes she'll text back. Sometimes she won't text back. And that bothers me a lot, because me moving out, or whatever relationship I have with my mom and sister, I didn't want it to, and it shouldn't dictate my relationship with my nephew. People think that I carry on this tough persona, or this I don't give a fuck persona. Like, I don't give a fuck that I don't speak to my parents. And it's not at all that I don't give a fuck that I don't speak to my parents. I care greatly that I don't speak to my parents. I think what it is I'm at a place where emotionally I can't take anything that's not beneficial for me. People with great parents, and I don't mean that in the sake of like I don't have great parents, but every parent is not like the next. Some people can't grasp that idea of, how do you not talk to your parents? But this is like almost all I know. I've been independent my entire life. I've relied on no one my entire life, because even when I was just living with my dad, I decided to not stay with my mom. I lived with my dad. My dad still moved out and met another girl, moved in with her. It's so easy for everyone to look at me and say, you're the common denominator, you're the problem, you're doing this, you're doing that. But how, in the same sense, like, can we say that I'm the one doing something different? Can we say that I'm the one not continuing the cycle? I have great people in my life that I feel like are so much closer to me than family, that see me as me. I don't even think my family sees me as me. Living by myself has been fucking phenomenal. I absolutely love living by myself. I love having my own space, being able to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, pay my bills when I want to pay them. So if I could say there's anything I regret about moving out, it would be that I don't see my nephew every day. But that would literally be it. I'm just trying to stay positive. I'm trying to stay my best self. I'm trying to stay happy. More importantly, I'm trying to stay happy. It was best for me right now. I was in a situation that I was always, that's just me in life, I was always doing what was best for other people. So you know I was doing what was best for my family. And I've just recently come into this era that no is my favorite word. I don't mind saying no. I say no every other damn second. So I'm constantly just working on me, because that's the only thing I can control is me. I can't control other people and their behaviors and what they're doing. But when it directly conflicts with my happiness and my progression in life, you do have to put a stop on it at some point. And family, friends, associates, like, I've learned to always make the best decisions for you. It is tough, but the one piece of advice I would give for anybody in a similar situation that are dealing with difficult relationships within their family, especially relationships with their parents, because for me, like, those are your foundational relationships. Like, if those are in turmoil, it's very hard to have normal functioning relationships, especially if your relationship with your parents, if the relationship with your parents are in turmoil, you are raised like that. You know what I mean? So your thought processes on relationships and interactions are built off turmoil and chaos and not normalcy. And I had to unlearn that behavior so that I can have normal relationships and realize, like, these communication tactics are not correct. These emotional outbursts are not appropriate. We need to reevaluate. Because obviously I have a ton of my parents' trait. My mom is like the worst of their traits. My mom's worst trait is that she's extremely stubborn. My dad's worst trait is that his mouth is reckless. He don't care who he's talking to, where he's saying, how he's saying it. So things like that, I'm constantly trying to understand that being like that consistently is not right just because that's my way. I don't ever want to be the type of person that's stuck in their ways, right or wrong. And I'm a very self-aware person too, and I have plenty traits that I don't like, that I know came from them, that I'm trying to unlearn and do better so that I can then facilitate a healthier relationship with them, communicate healthier with them, so on and so forth. But that takes time. Like, I'm only 24, I'm young. It takes lessons, it takes things to happen for me to learn. So that's just what I'm doing, y'all. But I wanted to give y'all a little update, why I moved out, what's going on with me, my relationships within my family, so that I can just move forward in life. And that's it. Life's great. I'm in a great place. I'm extremely happy, moving in the right direction. I have literally no complaints, not even on this subject. I just wanted to explain it and for y'all to see where I'm at, why I moved out. I'm always saying I'm gonna explain why I moved out, and I never explain why I moved out. That's where I'm at. That's the update on me, my life, my family situations, where I'm living, if I'm happy, what I'm doing, what I got going on. I still serve. I still work with TSP. Kevin actually promoted me to his, Kevin promoted me to his employee supervisor. So I manage the employees, I do payroll, more of like the business side of it. I still obviously film and edit, which I love. The season's about to start. I'm excited for that. Hopefully I can get more content this season than I did last season. But yeah, y'all, that's all I had. I have such a fucking list for y'all. I have such a list for y'all to tell y'all the things I have been dealing with at work. Anyways, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to stay tuned for everything that's coming up in the future. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll be back very soon with another one. Bye, guys.